The newly born youth lay in a fissure. He struggled to get up, then realized the river Spree was on his left. He was in Berlin. He looked across the river to the south, where Brandenburg Gate is. The thick smoke produced by fire billowed back and forth like mud soaked in blood. The streets were filled with rubble. Buildings and vehicles breathed in and out smoke sporadically like moribund people. It was high noon. Under dark clouds, death was descending on Berlin. This outfit, what exactly happened here?
这身衣服究竟发生了什么？这个装置
This device
看起来
looks
似乎是
like...
不行，
No, it can't be
这彻底
operated
无法
at
运作
all.
了，
In
甚
fact,
至
it's
只
just
是
for
徒有其
show.
表而已。那个身影
That
是
figure is...
瓦尔特乔伊
Wild
斯。
Joyce? Somehow, this place
这里
feels
有股危险的
dangerous.
气息，但
But we don't
目
have
前没
other
有其他线
clues.
索了，调查一下吧。
Need to investigate. Fire. A word of merely 4 letters symbolizes the greatest good and the greatest evil. And in March 2011, the girl was caught in a fire. Branya, here, grab me. We should be safe here. Are you okay? Alexeyevna.
当然你没事。
Branya is okay, Uncle Maxim. You better call me boss from now on. People in our line of work never know when they have to find a new master, and your new master won't appreciate being called uncle. Branya understands. Boss, Uncle Maxim.
老板马克西姆叔叔，
Well, that's the daughter of Alexei and Alexandra, just as inflexible.
和你父母一样的死脑筋。算了，
Don't
我也
take
没有
this
说
too
你的
hard.
意思。
The place we've called home
这
for
个住了
years
好几年的家
is a goner.
可算是彻底完蛋了。把它最后的
Let's
样子
remember the last
留在我们
moment
的
of
记忆
this
里吧。
place. This is before Branya went to the
去
orphanage.
孤儿院之前的记忆。
Branya. Kiana. Thank goodness you're alright.
你果然没
I
事。
thought I saw you
我刚才
being
朦朦
dragged
胧
out
看
of
到 Branya
the
被人从
fire.
火场中拖
I
出来
hope that was an
那应
illusion.
该是幻觉吧？
Branya, when did you change into this outfit? Branya isn't sure, but the fire you saw probably isn't an illusion. It's Branya's memory.
那恐怕不是幻觉，而是 Branya 的记忆。那是
That was
2011
back
年
in
的事。
2011. Branya told Kiana what she had just experienced. That's what happened. Maybe Joyce's will helped us and allowed Bronya to find Kiana when she was trapped in memories. But listening to your recount, be it this incident or our current situation, there's plenty of suspicion, don't you think? Of course. Why does this place look like the moon 50,000 years ago? Why did Bronya turn into the sniper she was? And why did Bronya see Joy's figure? Why could Bronya release Kiana from her dreams? What role does that hair play? Anyway, we have too many questions that can be answered, and Bronya hasn't regained her power as the Herrscher of Reason. Kiana, are you alright? My Herrscher core is stable, and there's nothing wrong with my energy flow, but speaking of hair... Kiana paused for a few seconds, thinking about how to describe her. I don't know why, but she seems off as chilling, not like Otto or Kevin, but domineering like the Herrscher of the Void. Herrscher of the Void? They seem very different. How do I put it? It's nothing to do with her personality or way of speaking, but more about the threat her way of existence creates. It's hard to explain it this way too. Then let's start with the easier part, huh? Is that figure? Well, Joyce? He reappeared. So this says... Yeah, I investigated a similar-looking memory fragment or spatial structure. Then Kiana appeared. Does that mean this time, May? Watch out, Kiana. May! Kiana, Bronya, did I hurt you? Of course not. But you're amazing. You don't need Bronya's help to break free from this weird restraint. It might be because of those illusions weakened, but you said Bronya. That explains. It's the memory of Herrscher of Reason. May, what did you see? I saw someone, a dark-haired boy, being questioned by people in lab coats. What's your name? Where did you live? Which country are you from? That boy only answered them with, Who am I? If you have something to do with that memory, if he looked like what the people at Anti-Entropy described, then I suppose he is Joyce, the first Herrscher of Reason. We also came here after his flickering figure. Despite this, we mustn't forget we were put into this predicament by hair, or rather Project Stigma. Which is to say, everything we've been exposed to so far could have been planned by hair. I don't know, but this time we must find her flaw and countermeasure against her abilities, or she'll always have the upper hand. Yeah. And if we think ahead, seizing the initiative from Kevin would be just as difficult. Yeah, to find the power finality and exceed Project Sigma, we at least need to establish stable connection with the scientists at Anti-Entropy and Schicksal. About that, I've got a feeling that Wild had already made plans, but didn't divulge them for some reason. Already? About 1 or 2 years ago at least. Isn't that when we were still in St. Freya? Kiana, do you mean? May, Bronya, do you still remember the ghost battleship that Miss Himiko led us to capture? Of course, I tried to crack its master control, but found it didn't have any passwords or restrictions. Miss Himiko was worried that it was a trap. Although my biochip did get jammed afterwards, what happened in New Zealand proves it wasn't directly related to the strange master control. In that case, the chain of events that followed was related to Cocolia, but that ghost battleship remained a mystery to us. I found a strange mail in the master control. Dear Kiana, greetings. We hereby return you the battleship Selene after 14 years. You shall ascend the throne and rule this world, but before that, you will need to find 4 keys. Lightning of conquest, fire of affliction, storm of desire, and death of tranquility. P.S. The password to the bridge is your birthday. We thought its thunder wasn't malicious, just pretentious. I even said everything would become clear after flying the battleship to St. Freya. But in reality, new problems arose incessantly, so we still haven't figured that battleship out. To be precise, Selene's engine that's been transferred to Hyperion is the work of Dr. Einstein and Dr. Tesla. However, they refuse to elaborate on the source of that mail. I think that might have something to do with Anti-Entropy's original plan. Original plan? That mail should be written by Dr. Tesla. This is pretty obvious if you eliminate those involved. Now, it seems that Anti-Entropy was trying to help me seize all of Seden's Herrscher power by drawing support from Selene. But after defeating Herrscher of Dominance, nobody at Anti-Entropy brought it up again. Isn't it because we're over it? You're right, but what's bothering me is, why did they want me to harness the powers represented by those gems? The doctors aren't auto. They won't make a plan like that just because they covet the power. If we look at it that way, things become suspicious. But Kiana, do you actually think the crux of this matter isn't Seden, but finality? This is just a guess, but I feel it can explain some strange things. Strange? When I was with the doctors, I occasionally felt guilt from them. I initially thought that was due to my physical health. But until this day, that faint emotion hasn't left them. Why don't you ask them? I tried asking Dr. Tesla on the night I left for Coloston, but she admitted writing that letter but said there's huge room for improvement for Anti-Entropy's plan before we came face to face with Herrscher finality. Why did she leave you hanging? She said, Kiana, you wouldn't want your teacher to read your unrevised essay in class, would you? It's the same thing. Well, on the bright side, this indicates Project Sigma isn't the only solution for our world. What? Is it funny for me to say that? No, I thought. Kiana, you're an idiot. You already did that with May, yet you're freaking out about this now? Bronya. Haha, Bronya's as unforgiving as ever. Okay, we can think about this after breaking free from Hare's control. We can't do anything about Kevin under this
在从
condition.
凯文手中夺取主动权之前，我们首先还需要想办法摆脱他的影响。
Could this be why the first Hersh of Reason appeared before us?
而现实引导我们。
Bronya doesn't know. It might be more complicated.
可能没有这么简单。
Anyhow, this is our only clue at present. Let's move forward cautiously.
让我们保持戒备地向前探索吧。 果然，这里
The interference is here as well. That's odd. According to Raven, Hare isn't interested in Hershers. What's she toying with us for?
究竟是什么？ 吸吧，拥抱你的力量吧，希尔。审判的时刻到了，不许你伤害希尔的朋友，跟我一起战斗吧！是是是。
I see. I came to you from a crack
之前
like
我就
this
躲向
one.
这样的裂缝中，来到了你们身边。
But this time,
但这一
Joyce
次
didn't appear.
乔伊斯没有出现。
Yeah, if that was really the will of Joyce, perhaps no other existence was sealed into this memory. It's still worth examining as a
不作为
clue,
线
though.
索，它也仍有调查的价值。
Hey, happy birthday!
生日快乐！
Is this for Bronya?
送给布朗尼亚的吗？
Your dad gave this to me. Vlad dug it out the last time he helped me clean up. I think it made a nice birthday gift for you.
我就想把它送给你当个生日礼物，倒蛮合适。
Thank you.
谢谢。
Don't mention it. Alexei wanted to be a sculptor when he was young, and liked giving us novelties he collected even after joining the army. Back then, I didn't think they hold any
这
value.
些东西有什么稀罕？
Who'd have
没想
thought
到
they'd
搁了
become
今天，
collector's
这些本
items
来不值
today?
钱的东西，有不少竟然成了绝版的藏品。
Including this rabbit?
兔子也是吗？
Haha, of course not. If it's worth anything, we'd have already traded for food.
那我们早就用它去换吃的了。
Food is expensive.
吃的东西
Bronya
都很花
knows.
钱。布朗尼亚知道。
Kid, our life wasn't so difficult. Back then, everyone in Siberia belonged to one country. We didn't fight each other or worry about being robbed by neighbors.
大家不会打来打去，也不用担心自己的东西会被邻居抢
The
走。
second eruption, it turned our motherland into a worthless graveyard. Shiksa abandoned us, the country abandoned us, and ultimately, we abandoned
国
ourselves.
家抛弃了我们，归根结底，连我们自己也抛弃了自己。
Nobody wants decent
没有人
work.
想做正经
People
工
with
作。
weapons either become bandits or hire guns like us. What else can we do? We need to survive.
可不然又怎么办呢？不 不这样做，咱们谁都没有活路。
Get it?
懂了吗，
Alexeyevna?
阿列克谢耶夫
We
娜？
don't live a normal
我
life.
们过的不是正常日子，
Nobody lives a goddamn normal life in Siberia.
大家过的都不是正常日子。
Is this
这是
Bronia's childhood?
布罗尼亚小时候的事。
Sorry about
让
this.
你们见笑了。
Please don't. I grew up in Siberia, and life there isn't easy either.
那里的人们的确都很不容易。
Uncle Maxim was my father Alexei's comrade and childhood friend.
也是他小时候的玩伴。
I don't know my parents. Ever since I can remember, Uncle Maxim has been taking care of me and teaching me how to survive the war. That's before you met Kokolia? Yeah, that was my 10th birthday. The next summer, Uncle Maxim, who was saving money to fix our house, was killed at work by a misfire. The one who shot him was a boy not too much older than me and sent to the war for the first time. Uncle Maxim's gun disbanded. By winter, I had to make money somehow and ended up meeting Matushka. Bronya. That was a long time ago. Bronya, the orphans, Matushka Kokolia, and Uncle Maxim were all ordinary people in Siberia. There was nothing special about us. Think ice isn't frozen in a day. The problem of that land can be resolved by individual efforts alone. Although Kiana's parents and Auntie Entropy saved countless lives, the show's impact and secondary disaster resulting from the second rupture still destroyed the faith in that land. The state collapsed and war broke out. The orderly Siberia was reduced to heaven for outlaws. It takes generations to restore normalcy to such a desperate place, if possible. Yet, Bronya only knows the chaotic side of my motherland. Compared to the older generation who watched their life fall apart, Bronya considers my generation lucky. Even if we defeat Honkai, we still need to rebuild the world with everyone. Defeating Honkai is more like the first step to changing the world. If we want to change this imperfect world for the better, everyone constituting it must work together. As Durandal said, the world is a canvas whose beauty depends on the color each of us paints on it. Yeah, like Herschel of Reason is the shared thought of 300,000 people. That must be why Alicia insisted that every flame chaser was indispensable. Okay, dwelling on the past isn't going to help us. We should go back to finding clues. Yeah.
收到。这里的风景，好想和布罗尼亚姐姐一起分享。不能再让姐姐受到任何伤害。来捉你们了！自由的感觉真好。来捉你们了！仙儿知道了。来捉你们了！来捉你们了！仙儿知道了。来捉你们了！去吧，希儿，去守护我们的约定。伺机而动。一上一下，人上的之光。轮到我了，决战的时刻到了。心言。
是。
利剑，焚剑。
最后一层开始了，拥抱你的力量吧，希尔。是。
伺机而动。云上云下，人上之光。轮到我了，审判的时刻到了。
希尔，收到。希尔很怀念这个世界的景色。外面的世界很危险，希尔会小心的。舰长要带希尔去哪儿？希尔，收到。不能再让姐姐受到任何伤害。舰长要带希尔去哪儿？探索星路的同时，也要多注意周边的环境啊。孤儿院的大家现在都还好吗？舰长要带希尔去哪儿？希尔很怀念这个世界的景色。